So I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I mean, I try to be upbeat, positive, Nam-myoho-renge-kyo. But, well, plane carrying European tourists crashes in Peru, killing 13 people on Nazca. Okay, so that's today's post. And what does that mean? Well, first of all, a quick refresher on the Nazca lines. And I'm just going to chomp through this a little bit, but you can go to esotericdaily.com and you can get the full scoop about the Nazca lines. They're a group of those large lines that appear from the distance in the sky. They were etched into the earth. They extend over an area of like 190,000 square miles. And so basically Nazca lines are those lines you see from the sky. They got faces, got the one guy that's all kind of looks like child's drawing. But I mean, these are huge. These are massive. You see them from the airplanes. And nothing would be complete without the ancient aliens, their theories. Their theory is that the UFOs, that's a message either to the UFOs or the heavens, or maybe a message in response to when they were there. And that could be. But you see, I have a different theory about the UFOs, and I'm not going to go into it much here. But my thing is that the UFOs haven't come yet. They're going to come in the future. And when they do, they know how to time travel. So once they get here in the future, whenever that is, 2080, whatever, they will be able to time travel once they're in our little environment here. And that's what we're seeing as they go back to 1950. They went back to the Nazca lines. They went back to all that stuff. But the reason we never see them, we all wonder, how come I can't look in the sky and see them? It's because they're not here yet. They haven't come yet. Yeah, that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. And that's as good as any of them out there, I'll tell you here now. So now, the importance of the tourist plane crash that I speak of is just another one of my omens that basically say shit's about to hit the fan. Now, this goes back to my stock market crash that's coming soon. Donald Trump's omen, when he was going to go up the elevator and it stopped, and he looked over there, evil eye, because he knows omens too. But then there's also, not to forget that I wrote that they found the statue of Athena that had been buried for 2,000 years. Athena, the goddess of love. And I'll get more on that, the feminine thing there. She was found because she's coming. She's here. And then, of course, there's Homer's Odyssey. And so is there any doubt, really, that there's something happening? That I wrote in my blog today that something is happening with the gods or future aliens, telling us to stop what we're doing and pay attention to the climate, to poverty,
depleting resources.
You name it. There's a lot of problems right now, and we're not really facing them. And I think that's all these omens that I'm talking of. They're telling us, hey, you need to start paying attention to more. Now, but don't be alarmed, really, because this is all part of the divine plan. So roll with it. I mean, not to, it would be delusional, because there's nothing you can do. It's here. It's happening. Now, I was going to tell you the significance of the Nazca plane crash. I'll give you three points here. First of all, 13 people died. 13 means a few things. First, in the major arcana of the tarot, the 13th card is death. Contrary to popular fear, when upright, this card means transformation, endings, and rebirth rather than a literal death. So it's not death, but it's rebirth. And that's 13 people in the plane. Then sticking with the 13, there's the teachings of Jesus are framed around the formula of 1, the one, and 12, his disciples. That was 13, producing 13, which is ironic because according to Pythagorean, 1 added to 12 creates an unlimited number, symbolizing transcendence beyond completion. Through this principle, miracles, such as the multiplication of loaves of bread and fishes, are said to occur. So that number 13, 12 plus 1, was actually a number that could create miracles by Pythagorean, the 300 years before the Christ. So 13 represents an all or nothing law of destiny. Now, as stated about the Nazca lines, at the very least, they are a message to us from the heavens that were written over 2,000 years ago, or they're an answer to some message that we received. And so I'll say they are a warning to us today that we need to obey the heavens. We need to obey them. Each of us have our own heavens, our own place where heaven is, you know. To some, it's an afterlife. You go there and you know, the pearly gates, and you live good. For me and my Buddhist friends, you know, we believe in reincarnation. So hell and heaven is right here, right now. And in my faith, you within a minute you can be in hell, heaven, like that. So it's your life force, light state, and that, you know, that's a different story. But that's why we chant Nam-myoho-renge-kyo. Keeps us up in the heaven there, so we can get shit done. Now that's number 3, is that the plane went down on August 2nd, 2026, a few days ago. Now the numerologically speaking, that is 8/2/2026. You can condense that down to 20. You can condense that down to 2. Now 2 is the coming together of the feminine forces. That's pretty heavy, which I've written about before with the age of Aquarius, the feminine coming. And what we are witnessing here in this world with all this nationalism, I think is the end of the masculinity that's been here since for 2,000 years, since Pisces started. And this is their last grasp, because it's the age of the feminine now. It's coming in. And don't worry, guys. It's not like we go away. We don't, you know, we are still who we are. You know, there's still going to be assholes. But, you know, most people are touchy-feely nowadays. Just watch sports, and you'll see these guys crying all the time. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when I was a kid, that was unheard of. No sports guy ever cried. And now they cry all the time. They're getting awards, they're crying. That's us becoming closer to our feminine side. But we still, you know, lift weights and do all that stuff, go to ball games. We're not sitting around sewing. So embrace it, you know, embrace it, or else it's delusional not to. You know, and so this is positive force that will happen after the negative troubles. You know, I'm talking about doomsday here, but that's not going to be a long period. Trust me. That's just going to be a little reconfigurating. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with depleting resources. We can't have, you know, this one billionaire flying around the planet on steroids while we got millions suffering, not eating. That just doesn't work. It's not going to work. And they know it. We know it. We know it. I'm not getting political here, but maybe I am. Our sources and our climate. Everybody right now, it is hotter than hell everywhere, and we're all still wanting to say, oh, there'll be the cooling period. Yeah, there probably will be, but it's all relative. So if we're up here, the cooling period's still going to be hotter than it can be here. We're putting too much crap in the air, and we always have been. We knew that. And that's just like going back to the tribe days. Those tribes, when they lived in their little place, if they didn't recycle their soil and stuff, all of a sudden their plants stop growing and everything, and they go, oh, well, we got to go move on. Problem is, we don't have any place to move on. So we need to be a little bit more, we need to wake up to that, you know. So finally, now in the blogosphere, I will tell you, if you go out about the whole plane crash, and they say that the plane was like kind of shoddy, but it had warning lights going off, and that those warning lights just kept flashing. And whatever the case may be, those flashing lights aren't only on the plane. Those flashing lights are all around us. And that's all I'm talking about here. You know, so peace out. Good luck. And, you know, wherever you go, there you are.
The thoughts and opinions of this video are the thoughts and opinions of Esoteric only because Esoteric knows what he's talking about, even when he doesn't. Copyright 2026.